Hello everybody and welcome to the ITK Soccer Show. It is the 19th of December 2017.
Is our intro always that long?
No, and really fortunately I left it that long because we had a plush Mr. Blobby distracting you eating a muffin.
That's not a metaphor.
And Dan, not today it's not, and Dan getting a host of wings, so that really worked out great.
Professional as always in the studio.
Pretty sure that intro is longer than our last show.
45 seconds maybe.
To fairness, Mr. Blobby is great.
He is great.
He's going to be the new mascot. Look, but he just wiggles across. Look.
I know, he's brilliant. Well, they can't see Dan.
Well, I said to you, look, so it's good.
Okay. That song's available at royalonband.com, the download section for free, by the way, and the video is also available on YouTube, Royal on the
Great
Band.
song of the summer.
Thanks. You manga. All right. What is happening? Like, it's fucking lemmings. Just want to also bring attention to the fact that this is the last ITK soccer show that I will be doing
This year.
in my 20s. So,
Technically true.
well, yeah, I've got like 2 hours.
Well, like
so
the joke is that John thought literally Neil until about 2 years ago was about 42.
I don't think it was that recent. And I also
It
don't know
was.
if he ever believed it.
I definitely thought he was older.
42.
I didn't think he was our age. And he's
40
not. So
40,
I was right there.
yeah.
No, I didn't. Like late 30s.
Me and Dan are in a sweet spot at the moment where we have got 11 days where we're the same age, and this ends tonight, stroke of midnight.
Yeah,
Cinderella shoe.
it's great, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. How do you feel about it? I enjoy it.
Well, we're all the same age,
Right now,
Yeah.
today. Yeah. Interesting, huh?
so until you turn 30 tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
The anniversary of his 29th birthday.
thank you very much. Okay, guys, we will
30.
look at the old news.
Upside down exclamation mark. Arriba!
Celtic losing their streak to Hearts over the weekend. Brendan went
Magnificent
69
Gorgie
games. What was this?
That's what you call Hearts. The magnificent Gorgie boys.
Oh, really? The more you know. So Brendan had 69 games unbeaten?
Well, unless you count Champions League. Or
No, you don't.
Well,
do
no,
that.
it's domestic, but no, there's a really big Celtic fan at work. He's a season ticket, and every
He
week
is a season ticket.
he is a season ticket, and he when he's not being a season ticket, he goes with the season ticket to Celtic, and every week though it has been getting. I've been watching highlights and stuff. Like Hibs should have beaten them. St. Johnson had them once as well. Like they were stuttering. It was coming to defeat, but like every Celtic fan are like, we'd rather lose this week because they're playing Rangers, I think, on the 29th or 30th. So it's like, lose it to Hearts. It was a bad defeat, but
it's a great record.
it's still like that record won't be beaten in any
Well, it
top
could
flight
be.
league
It could be.
in
Celtic could literally start
in
now.
Europe.
We can't really call it a top five
Well,
league.
to be honest though, the Scottish League, there's only like 5 points in it. Like
Really?
What? How does that work?
Celtic have drawn loads of games this year.
Okay.
They've drawn a lot.
Okay.
There's only about 5 points between them. Like the Premier League is over. There's like PSG have run away with it. Bayern about 10 points ahead. Man City done. Like all the most of the big leagues are over with. Like Barca, if they beat Madrid on Saturday, are they 13, 14 points ahead? I know Madrid will have a game in hand, but like
Yeah, but still. Speaking of which, it's an early kickoff on Saturday, and people are very excited about
Can I
this.
just ask one question? What do you think has to happen now for us to open another show talking about Celtic?
Brendan getting the sack
Brendan
on
being
a slow news week.
new Ireland manager or something. He's my shout for new Ireland manager, by the way.
Okay, all right.
Brendan, why not?
I don't think we could afford him.
I definitely think we could. He'd be on less money at Celtic.
Would you want him?
Yeah.
He'd be
Dan always
absolutely.
really liked
He's been
Brendan.
absolutely useless in every
Absolutely,
cup
I'd
and
take Brendan
European
Rodgers.
game that he's played in.
I'd 100% take Brendan Rodgers. 100%. Who would you have?
I'm happy with Martin.
Are you
yeah,
really?
but
Yeah.
you are like. I'm not. I never have been. So I think Brendan Rodgers would be a great show, and I think he would do it.
Shall we talk about El Clasico?
It's mad. It's
Sure.
how the time it's at.
Yeah.
It's on
It's
TV. Is
interesting.
it even on TV?
Oh God,
Or
yeah.
are they
Sky.
showing it deferred at 3:00?
No, Sky
No,
Sports are
it's
going mental about
they're showing the
advertising
4
this.
matches on the
Okay.
same day.
Yeah.
So why are they showing it so early? 'Cause it's usually-
to get into the Chinese market and stuff.
Oh, very good.
No.
That's a nice bit of information, John. Well
And
done.
there's no Asian players.
It's
and
mad though
all
because
things.
Real Madrid are just back from Brazil for the World Club Championships. A match I
Yes.
watched on thing. Standard was very poor.
Who
Real
are they
Madrid-
playing?
Gremio.
The Gremio, and then they play was at Al Ahly or somewhere.
That
or
was the
something.
semi-final.
Yeah.
I think
Their
they won
keeper
both of
looked
them,
great.
Yeah, he looked class. Somebody said.
But I'd be interested to know how this goes because Barca played the other day against Depor and they were unreal going forward. Like Messi, he's hit the post I think 9 times this season, most of any player in Europe. He's on 14 goals.
He was a one-man show, and two of the things he did led to a man scoring 2 goals.
He hit the post twice, missed a penalty, which should have been retaken. The keeper, but like that's irrelevant. Like it was just like he's playing really well.
Who benefited from these Messi misses? Who scored 2 goals off them?
Paulinho.
How many goals does he have this season now?
It's more than Ronaldo. 6,
Exact
7.
same.
It's more than David Silva.
4 goals in the league each. Him and Ronaldo.
And who got the other one? Was it Jordi Alba? No, Alba hit the post.
Ronaldo scored in the World Cup final, so he is the best player and will.
He scored in a World
We
Cup
haven't
final.
spoke.
World Club Cup final on
Oh.
Saturday.
I don't think you said that.
I didn't. But it's the
He
same.
is a season ticket.
He is a season ticket.
Derek, you're a season ticket.
The
Carabag.
show. We haven't done a show since the Ballon d'Or, have we?
No,
That's a really bit of a minefield to get into.
it's I don't
not
know.
really
I
a
still
thing
think
anymore.
I still think though that like Ronaldo, he did it when Madrid needed him, but he's had a pretty average 2017.
For him.
You
Well, he
ain't-
hasn't been the best player in the world.
had a kid.
Bar his he had about 6 games in a row in the Champions League where he was brilliant and he won them
Mhm.
the games. But 3 or 4 months before that, nothing. This season, he's done nothing.
Well,
Like the 2017, the Ballon d'Or is for a calendar year.
yes, that is correct.
That's why I was kind of like, whenever he said, "Oh yeah, like it's a bit." He hasn't played great, but he did it in the big
I wouldn't give it
games.
to
But
anyone else though. Like
Messi's had a better season than him.
like better second half of the season. Messi was quite poor at the end of last season.
I'd say.
He needed Neymar to carry him out of that PSG game.
Well,
Uh,
you can't base things off one match.
No, I'm just saying, like you can't give out about Ronaldo's stats.
No, I'm
like
not giving-
discrediting him being the highest goal scorer in the knockout stages of any Champions League ever, and then scoring goals in every round and in the final, and then just say, but he's had a shite second half of the
he
season,
has-
and then just say Messi deserves it for not doing anything in big matches.
I don't know if
and just
Messi
saying,
even deserves it. I
give it to Griezmann.
like. Well,
Stop it.
Well, we'll talk about him later. But like,
Stop it. Who'd you get? Come on, Dan. You need to go for an alternative if you don't
if
think it should be him.
if Juventus had won the Champions League, he could have got it.
If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, who should have won instead of Ronaldo?
I wouldn't have given it to Ronaldo.
Well, yeah, but you need an alternative viewpoint if you're saying no to him.
Neymar would have been worth a shout.
Because he won how many trophies?
But it doesn't come down to trophies, though. It can't come down to trophies.
Has
If it comes to three
If it-
players
if it-
with reasonable similar records, it does come down to big matches and big occasions, which Ronaldo had over spades.
But
over the other two.
Messi's outscored him. He's have more assists. He's more successful passes, more dribbles, more
Yeah.
chance created. Like he's done more than Ronaldo. So they aren't having got similar stats. And I'm not just a pro Messi thing here. Ronaldo's
It's a bit pro Messi thing.
It's not. Ronaldo's accomplishments this season, this year, winning all the trophies he's won. I don't think he. The Spanish Cup is the only thing they didn't win. I don't think they were allowed to enter it last year. Isn't that
So
right?
you think
One
Real
thing they
Madrid, Real Madrid being the first team to hold the
but
Champions
it's a
League
team.
since Nottingham Forest, and the player who scored a hat-trick, I think, in 2, if not
Yeah,
3
yeah,
knockout
he
stages
went
of Champions League
insane,
matches in every round, and 2 goals in the final, shouldn't get the best player in Europe award, which is what it is. It's not the world, it is Europe. That's what the Ballon d'Or is. It's the UEFA award.
And we're talking about the European Cup.
Yeah,
And-
and the
no,
European
it's
Cup,
true.
and he's done
Like,
it.
Dan-
And you want to give it to Messi because Messi has a few more goals against Celta Vigo or whatever.
He's played better than them for the whole season.
But it comes down to big things like
Certain
Mohamed
goals,
Salah is
yeah.
the top scorer in the Premier League, but he's not the best player in the Premier League because he's better stats.
That's very true.
well, no, I'm not
That's
saying
not what it
who
comes down.
scores.
That's basically the argument you're putting down.
No, I'm saying who's performed the best. Out
In
of
the
out
big
of out
matches
of a
that
select
matter,
few
Ronaldo.
games, if you could probably count Ronaldo's big performances. Yeah, they were huge performances, but say six games in the Champions League it was that it was insane, where he scored the goals, especially at home. He scored the big goals in Atletico and Bayern are the two really stick out in my head.
Certain
But like
goals.
I just think for the whole, but like before February, March, he didn't really do much. He hasn't really done anything. I mean, of nothing of note. Since August, the La Liga started mid-August. It's now Christmas. He scored 4 league goals.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
The
don't
team
think
are
it's
performing.
not like
Hold on,
it's
Dan,
not
hold
a
on.
ridiculous argument to
It-
say.
the point-
Messi, he only won a Spanish Cup. I understand that, but
It's a silly time to
I
have
don't-
the
I don't
award.
know. Yeah,
We
it
say
is.
this every
It
year.
is.
But the
It is-
fact is,
they should have the award.
Juventus went the entire competition without conceding a goal. I think it was something mad like that, or
Yeah,
entire knockout
or something,
stages.
yeah.
And then, if they'd won, then Buffon wins the Ballon d'Or.
Sure.
But Ronaldo scored 2 goals against a defence and a goalkeeper that had not conceded in the competition.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make is that certain goals mean more than others, you know, and regardless of the people in 2017 who have outscored him, whether it be, I don't know, like fucking Aubameyang or Dybala or Messi, which Messi certainly has, like a lot of those goals and these numbers don't mean anything. At least Ronaldo's contributions go towards the biggest prizes available to him, you know, and
Sure.
I think that is why he got it.
I
Like,
think as well,
like
it's
in
a
5
popularity.
years-
It's a popularity contest as well between two of them. It's not really.
well, hold
a
on, who
coincidence.
votes on this? It's not a public
It's the
vote.
players.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
not really a
but it is-
popularity
yeah, but
contest.
It is like it's like Cannavaro won it one year.
Like, who gets like
After
But it
he won
does
the
just,
World
out
Cup.
of
it
voting
does
for
just
someone
seem
else.
though like
It's not political because, like, you know,
it is a bit
only
like, in
players
terms of the
players who've played with them both and are their mates does become political. And if you look at who from each country is represented in these votes, it's not like
Oh, those wings are hot.
it's not overly one or the other. Do
Like
you know
this
what I mean?
conversation.
Yeah. Did I say it would have been a can of worms before we started talking about it? Here's another thing that Dan will be very passionate about. There's been many an article written this week. Now that City essentially have the league tied up, and they're on this incredible run, and they're just unstoppable. A lot of articles about how them going on this run of dominance, they could be the first team to actually go on a proper run of dominance in a long, long time. Like, you know, it'd be shocking if they didn't win the next 3 leagues in a row. What Pep has built, the average age of the team, so on and so forth, how much better they are than everybody else. And it comes down to this, and there might be a very simple answer. But the debate raging is it a case of just the incredible financial strength they have and buying right? Or is it a case of Pep Guardiola being that great of a manager and being able to get that much out of his players?
It's a mix of both. Like
That's the
we
simple
have to,
answer.
We have to remember it's been a year, and this time last year Chelsea went 13 matches unbeaten.
Sure.
One in the trot.
At one on the trot, yeah, sorry. So they, like, it's literally a year. Like, teams just get into form. This City team is good. Unfortunately, that's my problem with them. Sort of, I don't care. Like, I watch them and I should. Like, it's why almost like I give out about.
They are
them.
great to watch.
No, they are great to watch, but I don't care. They should be great to watch. They cost so much money. That's sort of my problem with them.
Now, the Pogba
Well,
thing
the
was a
thing is
huge...
that Man United have spent probably more.
That's my problem. Like, that's why
They
I
actually
give,
haven't.
I give out
But
about.
they're
them.
similar levels,
It-
and the tactics
Not
Mourinho has.
consistently similar, but
Mourinho and the way he is, Norman. Like, I've always defended him, but he really is showing up to be maybe a little bit outdated. He's not.
Well,
Like,
Dan-
he is. No, but he's not.
Dan, United
the
United lose
defensive-
Pogba, and they have like Jesse Lingard and Fellaini to come in, where City Silva has personal issues and can't play, so they've Gundogan to come in, or Bernardo Silva, or they've an entire squad of millions that they've spent. They're
Sure,
like
well,
their
like-
bench single players
well,
cost
like,
more than
you
most
look.
teams
You look
starting
sits in the
lineup.
bench. Man United week. Mata cost 38 million.
Yeah.
He was
Danilo
buff-
cost 50.
Who?
Danilo cost
He
50.
didn't cost 50 million.
Mendy cost 50. One of the two cost 50.
Mendy cost 50, and he hasn't. He's
Walker
played 4
Walker
games.
cost
Because
50.
he's injured. But the point is, like, you know, these are
Yeah, no,
bench players.
they've bought, but they've also identified places they needed. They had no full backs last year.
Yes.
None.
Pogba-
And they got rid of them all.
and they were able to come and spend 200 million on a back
They,
line.
Yeah.
No team can do that.
it was
They do have a
unreal
huge
spending.
financial advantage. It is true.
A country's backing them. It's unfair.
A country is backing them.
But the one thing I'll say about them, it's not like Man United haven't spent money. It's not like Chelsea didn't spend money this year, but like these teams have always spent money. And the way it is generally, if you don't go and put your money where your mouth is, or just go and buy the players, generally the team who does have the biggest budget will go and win the league.
Well-
Now, obviously, it doesn't always come out that way, but Man United have spent millions since Ferguson retired. I mean,
Yes,
millions.
but they also had a terrible managers
Yeah,
while
but-
they were
yeah,
doing
but-
it.
yeah, but there you go then. Then there's Pep to come in.
And I'm not saying
and
it's,
do,
I'm not
like,
saying it's not the
one
Pep
thing-
factor doesn't count.
The one
but
thing I'll say about Pep, pretty much every player you can see, Walker's a better player, right? Now I know the team is winning, so it's easier to play well in a winning team. Walker's improved. John Stones has improved. Otamendi's improved. Sterling is the most improved player in the Premier League.
Yep.
Fernandinho, his tactics and everything, went to press, went to sit. I've criticised him about that. He's getting it right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Aguero working a bit harder. Sane is coming along very well. Like the players, they are improving all the time. So you can't, no matter how much money he spends, he still has to get them to play well and to work so hard. Like De Bruyne, he is just unreal. The amount of running he does, De Bruyne. Like, he must do 13 kilometers a game.
We
and
also
then
have to
he'll
remember.
run the game.
I think it is worth noting the financial strength of the team, because they are going to continually be able to spend more than everybody else as time goes on. This is the thing. It's not like
Man United can definitely.
no, they can't. Man United basically have an embargo at the moment, where if they don't shift, they can't buy. That's where they're at.
City has spent more money in the last 3 years than United.
It's not even close.
Says who?
And as well,
Man United have an embargo.
Well, it's not an official embargo, but basically the club are like, people have to be sold. That's why this whole
They don't
Mkhitaryan
They spent what fucking 80 million, 70 million on Lukaku.
exactly.
They're like only signing this summer.
Yeah.
They
So
get
Well,
one
no,
good
they bought
player.
Lindelof for
Lindelof
40
as well,
million, who's
yeah.
sat on the bench. Like,
So
this whole nonsense of Man United is like not spending money.
We're not
No, we're
talking
not
about
saying
Man
that.
United.
I'm
Why are
saying
you
that.
bringing them up?
Okay,
I
hold
brought
on.
them up to say that the only credit that I give them is that they play good football, but they should play good football. United should play good football. The money
yeah,
they spend. But the fact is, United can't even compete to try play the same football with the squad, with the way the City is
Yeah, well,
spending money.
no, if Pep Guardiola was in there, or Wenger, or
Yeah,
Klopp, or
I'm not
something
talking
like
about Man United. I'm
that.
talking
No,
about
but-
Man City.
No, but I'm saying though, the players that they have, and if Pep Guardiola's at any other club, he'd play that sort of brand. Maybe not at the highest level that he's playing at the moment.
Yeah.
But Mourinho is still stifling the players that he won't allow them to match City. You look at Man United in all the big games. You look at City in all the big games. City have gone and literally taken teams apart in every big game. They've taken the game to them, home and away. While Man United against Liverpool, parked the bus, didn't want to play. Spurs, they got lucky with a 1-0 goal. Arsenal, I don't know how they didn't concede more goals in that game. I don't know how. I said a week later, if they play like that against City, they'll get destroyed. It was 2-1, but it was the easiest 2-1 you've ever seen.
yeah.
And it's
just the point about
they
United.
lost. They got
Dan,
hammered by Chelsea. It's just
Sure.
but it's just the tactics of the
The
coaches
point-
and the players.
Yeah,
Aren't
but
on sync. But
Okay.
they are for City.
a lot of this these articles are pointing to
We're
the
going to
fact
talk
that
about Lukaku throwing milk in Arteta's eye.
we never got there. Let's save that for the awards. We should just mention that the thing about United
Who was the
is
best throw?
the reason we're bringing up United is United are second, and as the time goes by, they are not going to have the financial power that City do. They're not limitless, unlike City are, especially if Pep gets them a Champions League. They'll be even more willing to spend. Like, United seriously have to shift players before they can get any. That's why this whole Mkhitaryan to Inter in January is becoming a really hot thing, because obviously, who's at Inter and who does Jose want? It's one of the only ways he can get him. So
It'd be
anyway,
interesting this summer when people head to the Tottenham Hotspur yard sale with all the
oh
money.
my, yeah.
Because they're getting angry, I think, with not earning as much. Like, you think it was good for them seeing Kyle Walker rock up with his probably 400k a week wages
Yeah.
and Hanley. This is grand. I barely have to do anything. Just
Right.
have to wear
Well,
this
the Danny
nice-
Rose thing there, I've said a few times now,
Yeah.
that's not helping anyone. Like, I wouldn't have him near that team.
We mentioned
Some,
Raheem.
some lovely tackles in that match. I don't know if we're going to...
Yeah, we're going to go through them now in a sec.
Okay.
Just trying to get through the news. Raheem Sterling, Dan mentioned a few minutes ago. So the abuse that was given. What
Well,
exactly?
your man's been arrested.
So what exactly was said?
Apparently he
Well, not what's
started
it was said,
insulting
but-
me. He kicked him apparently at the training ground the day of the Spurs game or something. Or day after.
At Wembley, was it?
No, it was in Manchester.
Oh, sorry, that
The
was.
guy showed up to the training ground and tried to kick him and started like telling dogs abuse him, but he's been arrested and everything. So like,
He gets some serious abuse, Raheem Sterling. Like
It's unreal.
The Daily Mail.
remember
love him
he
like
got
rich
abused?
black
It's the
man, like.
Liverpool
remember he
thing.
got abuse here when he came on because he moved to Man City.
Yeah.
He played. Was it or wherever the fuck it was? He was playing here in the Aviva or something. No, it was England, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah,
Or something. And the Irish fans booed him.
Yeah.
Fucking Irish fans, seriously. Boo a guy who left Liverpool.
Yeah.
How dare he?
Seriously, in Dublin. Well done.
Jason Punchin arrested.
No,
Yeah,
this
he's
is not
for
my
assault on Saturday morning. He went out, or Saturday night.
Yeah.
He went a bit mad after the win.
And whom did he?
I don't know his name, but yeah, he's in trouble.
Random
He had
lad.
a gun on him, didn't he?
He had some sort of weapon on him.
A legit gun.
Crystal Palace captain.
My word. Mo money, mo
I'm
problems.
going to say as well, Hodgson's doing a good job there. But they're not out of trouble yet. But it's
So
he's
is
doing-
Moyes.
Was it 6 wins, 6 games in a row not defeated? Well, the Chelsea game was massive
Zaha's
for
player of
Moyes.
the season.
Yeah.
The Chelsea game was huge for Moyes.
Yep.
And then they put 11 men behind the ball against a terrible Arsenal team.
Mhm.
And then they got a draw. So they're
Joe
picking
Elson's
up
doing
points.
well. Sam.
Well, I knew Sam would do well. I knew everyone would be fine.
The point is, all of these
Pardew's
lads,
not.
all of these lads are doing well.
Well,
Except for Pardew.
Pardew is...
Pardew got a result at Anfield.
Yeah, he did.
It's a bit of a fluke, though, was it?
No,
he
we couldn't.
defended,
Well,
and then
we
he tried to do the
couldn't
same
do.
against
We couldn't
United.
do anything. It was
He's
horrible.
had harder fixtures than anyone else.
It's very true. United and Liverpool back to back. Let's go into last week's. Now, right now we're missing City and Leicester. It was 1-0 when we looked at last.
That's
But
Carling Cup or Carabao
that was
Cup.
Carabag. Leicester and Crystal Palace. Speaking of shame, 3-0 to Crystal Palace.
Benteke got the opening goal in this, and I thought it was a bit strange because it was a header, and Benteke's been useless this season. But
Unbelievable.
It seems so like his header looked poor, but ended up in the net. Like I don't know, Schmeichel's standing was a bit odd. I just like how did that go in? Zaha's class though. He's better.
Yeah, Sacco and Zaha getting the other goals. Zaha already being linked to Chelsea. He's definitely the bright spark and always has been in this team this season. And
I could see him
he's
going
a
to
match winner.
Arsenal to replace Sanchez.
You see, he's a match winner. So, no, I don't think he goes. I don't think he goes to Arsenal.
he's not French enough.
Someone has to go to Arsenal.
Someone does. Well, Giroud is his agent is basically saying, please come get him in January.
But he had a chance to.
Anyone.
He had a chance to go to Everton, and he said no.
Yes, and now he's regretting it because, like,
But that's what Everton need, another big, slow centre forward. Like,
I don't think Everton need him.
I'd be surprised if Wenger let him go. Giroud off the bench is
he's a very good option.
Flawless
Very,
for
very,
Arsenal.
He's
It's
got the
unreal,
most.
but
He's the most record amount of goals for a sub in Premier League history. He beat Solskjaer's record last week.
Yeah, and
Is
but
that
here's,
really? I thought
yeah,
Peter Crouch had
absolutely.
that, but I don't
But
know.
the thing is, like, Giroud doesn't want to be on the bench. One must remember. Speaking
It was
of
World Cup year and stuff.
Arsenal, Ozil showing really good class and technique with his
he's gonna
goal.
stay.
This goal was strange. Like
That was
when
a
I
good
first
volley.
saw it, I was like, "This is class," and then like you see a different angle, and you're like, "Try save that."
Yeah,
Like, it was-
Ozil's not really a great shot.
Darlow in goal. I know Elliott was in goal.
Ken Barlow
today,
was in
but
goal.
like Darlow's been in goal last few games for Newcastle, and like he's just such a bad keeper. Like he's terrible.
Newcastle
He's
have
so bad.
Newcastle have 1 point from the last 27
Yeah.
available. They're
I said this last show. If Newcastle do not get this takeover done, they do not get players in January.
Well,
they are in massive
apparently
trouble.
the hold up
Massive
is
trouble.
that they want to buy players in January, but
Ashley won't release
wants
the money.
Ashley
Yeah.
wants to guarantee that he'll get the money back, and then
Well, if they should give him that. But
Is
again,
Ashley not leaving?
yes,
He
but
is,
yeah,
but
but he's
he'll
not,
have to
why
put
should he
money
put
in
in his
before
own
January,
pocket? He's
like.
not going to do that. He
Man,
didn't put his back
puckish.
when he cared, not care, but he had to put money into it, so he didn't.
Sure, I just
Why
didn't
should
know
they
when
didn't
he was
have
leaving.
Rafa? And even though Rafa, now to be fair, he's had a few weird team selections and stuff though. But
It's just not
skipping
working.
Brighton,
is
Burnley.
it? No, Brighton versus Burnley.
I have nothing.
Miss
Both
Penley,
teams start
Miss
with
Penley
B.
for Murray. It was good for the fancy for me because I got 2 clean sheets. We can move on.
Chelsea and Southampton, the best full back in the country,
sorry,
man.
Stephen Ward is injured for 2 months, and he's coming home for Christmas for the first time in 11 years. Isn't that nice,
Your
isn't
Stephen Ward tips have not been good on this show.
it?
Despite
This is
working
true.
Is it?
Yeah,
What
definitely.
are
Well,
the-
he's definitely injured.
What are their Stephen Ward tips?
He had a Martin O'Neill was leaving.
Yeah,
One, and
yeah, but he
had
hasn't signed a
something
contract. That would indicate he probably is.
else. I think he'd be gone already if something was happening there.
Well, he still would have signed the contract.
Pellegrino was a bit mad here because I don't think Chelsea were that great, but he didn't play Austin.
It was
He's
a
been their
message
best player
to
this
Van
season.
Dijk and all that, but he dropped Davis.
Yeah.
Like he's a good pro. Like I don't know, weird, but
Maybe he
I
thinks
think
there's more points
Pellegrino.
this
Like
weekend,
I know Leicester had a bad game against Palace, but I like Caldwell last year. Like they
I
played
agree
really
with
well against Man United in the Carling Cup, and they were robbed by the bad referee decision.
Oh, we didn't
So,
talk
but,
about
I think
Ndidi's dive.
Pellegrino was what's he doing?
Actually, there was the next match we're going to move on to here, but there was a lot of people who want their Christmas off red cards this weekend.
Yes.
Which is my favourite thing. Kevin Nolan used to do it. There was 3 seasons in a row where
Yep.
Kevin Nolan got sent off.
Lanzini did it
Before.
this year.
Lanzini did it this
Yep.
year. Deeney did it this year.
I wanted
Ndidi
to
did it
make
this year.
Deeney's a scumbag.
Make a
He's-
mention of Alonso's free kick and how wonderful it was.
It
He's
was a nice
very good
finish,
left
but
footer.
Forrester is a bad goalkeeper. He looks like he
He's
should
pretty
be
good
good,
against
but
us, to be fair.
he's not. What was that?
Last season, twice.
He's a big goalkeeper.
He's a
Mate,
big goalkeeper.
Did he break
must be a
James
6
Milner's
foot.
penalty record?
He did. I was
Yeah.
at that game.
No. Where are you?
It was.
Yeah, the more
So
you
I
know.
should remember.
Dan's favourite game of the weekend, Huddersfield 4, Watford 1.
Freak result, didn't it?
Did you
They scored away goals since the first day of the season against Palace.
Did
That was
you
3
see
goals, and they scored 4.
Was it the third or fourth goal, Dan, that the Watford defender just went down with an injury, and Huddersfield were like, nah.
Watford are still a weird team. Like they're
I
just
think they're gonna blackpool it. I think they might go down.
Watford. No, I think they'll be alright. I
Absolute
like your man
person.
Decore. He
Decore's
looks
goal was great.
I don't know if you saw, guys. I put on the WhatsApp group there last week. Team of the season so far. Decore was very close to getting in. I think he's a very good player. I think
Okay.
it's a big team could pick him up.
Okay. West Ham.
Good win for Huddersfield.
Moisey. Arnautovic, who literally was the greatest pantomime villain I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mark Hughes called him a fucker when he was taking off.
Mark Hughes said he was lucky to get to the dressing room unscathed. He was lucky to get
Hughes
to
would
the
deck
dressing
you.
room
Like,
without-
He had so many chances.
but
He was getting closer.
Arnautovic is playing brilliantly now. Since
Well,
Moyes taken over. No,
he should have.
No, but he is. He's actually playing. Like the Chelsea game, he was unreal.
He should have scored about 8.
But Lanzini dived clearly for the penalty, and Moyes in his interview after was like, he went down with fatigue, I think. He's got a ban now. He's got too much ban from the FA for diving.
Yeah, but he's got a nice
But Stoker in a lot of trouble. Moyes.
Did Hughes get sacked yet? No.
No.
I was so expecting him to be sacked.
He'll give
in
him
the last
Christmas.
21st. But like, again, who do you put in? Like, do they go back to Tony Pulis?
Nigel
Stoke.
Pearson.
The ostrich is linked to every job. He's the new Kirbishley. He's linked to every job and doesn't take it.
You know he's working like the second division in the Belgian league.
Pearson?
Yeah.
Are you
You
really
sure?
upset with Cardiff at the moment?
Wow.
Because they're doing great. Neil Warnock's manager.
He's a dick as well.
Yeah, but like he's literally like the best 70-year-old manager going.
Well, Wenger would probably be better, wouldn't he?
Wenger said.
How many times has Wenger got promoted from the Championship?
None.
City
Yo,
and
Manga.
Spurs. Sterling, who is their top scorer this year, with 2. De Bruyne with 1. Gundogan opened it with a header, and Ericsson getting 1 back for Spurs.
And
but
Jesus missed a penalty.
the distribution of Ederson in this
Unreal.
match was something.
Did you see when he got the ball?
video game that
Literally
doesn't
at his own
exist.
6-yard box, and he pinged it. I think it was right to Sterling's foot, about 70 yards away, right in the touchline. Spurs had pressed everyone up,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't let him play out. He goes, all right, fine. And literally, he shot it like a dart,
Yeah,
and it went straight to Sterling, and it was like 2v3 or something.
sure.
Unreal, like.
And
He's key to their attacks at the moment, because, like, you either press up, like, the first half the way it was in that game, Spurs had actually about 49% possession. They matched them, but they had it all on their own penalty box.
Yeah.
So then, the second half, then they go, all right, we'll push them higher again. And then it was literally just a ball over the top. But it was inch perfect all the time. It was Spurs were could have been more. And they should have been down to at least 10. Ali was disgusting again.
3-0 by the end of the first half. It should have been.
Let's talk about retrospective action. I know because he was booked, so it goes in the notes of the referee that he saw it. But like Lanzini gets done for that. Like, why isn't Ali potentially red, like a leg breaking tackle?
We
It's
should also note that how bad Harry Kane's form has been over the last month.
He looks a bit. I think he might be injured or something. He's just working through.
I think they've just kept.
No one's really playing well for Spurs. I think they really miss Wanyama in there because that frees up. Like Dembele's not fit. He's not fit. Alderweireld is missing. So Dyer's gone back to centre half. They've got like Winks as a young lad or Sissoko in there. Just really not up to it at all.
It's this time of year where your squad really and Spurs.
And Spurs don't have a squad, and that's what's killing them. Like, but I think
they had a lot of players out.
Do you think now
Sanchez
what's going on with Ali as well?
Like
Ericsson, his only good game in the last 2 months was against fucking us here in Dublin. It literally is it.
He's become a father for the first time this week.
Do you think Ali though? Now,
Congrats to Christian
what's going on with him? Do you think
he left his agency, so I think his eyes have been turned. He's the face of BT Sport, and he's
Whom?
Ali.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I thought we were still talking about Ericsson. I was like, he's not the face
I
of
think
BT Sport.
he plans a move. I don't think he's good enough to get a move.
No, he's nowhere near good.
But
do you think
he's
BT's,
not even the best? He's not the best number 10 at Spurs. Ericsson's a better player.
Do you think BT is more tabloid or less tabloid than Sky?
It's more tabloid. But
I'm glad you said that, because when they were doing the graphics for Liverpool and Chelsea, and when was that, like 4 weeks ago? Do you know what the final graphic was?
It's Jared slipping, isn't it?
No, the final graphic where it said the time and the date, like the big, the big background.
Was on
payoff.
the sun kind of thing, was
It was fucking Gerrard and Lampard.
Oh yeah.
Just the thing.
But were they not the two pundits though on the thing? So
The
have
pundits should not precede the players in the game, right?
Like,
And
I
you
can
see the
understand
Trump thing
the-
they have for the FA Cup.
That was fucking hilarious.
The what?
The Trump thing was brilliant. I thought.
What's the point?
I thought it was good. Now I must say, I thought it was good.
They just have a Trump cartoon.
And he's like,
advertising the FA
Trump's like, if this is a third round in the FA Cup, it's going to be the best third round ever, and all this.
Okay.
I actually thought it was good, but they're BT are still they're less dicks than Sky, though. You know what I mean?
Sky are still a disgusting company that make up rumours to make money. And
Murdoch sold Sky, no? It's just Fox.
Oh,
He's trying to sell Sky.
there's still Sky News.
Yeah, but Sky News
Disney
isn't-
bought Sky
Sky
Sports.
News would be a little bit better.
Mickey Mouse presenter.
It's not like Fox. Okay, right, moving on. Man United and West Brom. This was so close to being beautiful. United went 2 up. Then Garrett Barry got 1 back. And it was an onslaught for the last 7 or 8 minutes.
But
To
again,
show how
it needs to
bad.
be-
Sorry.
So they're not. I mean, they're kind of just like Bournemouth as well the week before. Like, Bournemouth fucking outplayed them for a lot of that game.
To show how bad this match was, I was driving and I was listening to News Talk, and after Stephen Hunt was at the match for News Talk, and Stephen Hunt talked for 7.5 minutes about Ibrahimovic's warm down and how grown up and impressive it was that he was running the end. You know the way they do box to box at the end of the match, and then they don't have to train the next day, so they get the day off.
Yeah.
Stephen Hunt was losing his mind.
Just can't believe Ibrahimovic's dedication
you
to
have to
warming
show the
down.
respect to the lion when he walks past you, like all this sort of like. So relax there, Stephen.
He didn't come on, did he? Yeah. Did he come on? No, he didn't. All right. Speaking of squad rotation and it doing well, with all this Fab Four wackiness, even though they started against West Brom and couldn't score, Klopp's been pretty liberal in allowing just 3 to start instead of 4. Mane was the person sacrificed this weekend.
Our worst player.
And goals from Salah could have scored 3. He scored the most pro Evo goal of all time, where he just cut in. He was like, I'm going to kick it. Oh, it's gone in. Firmino
Raphael
scored.
Hammerstein described him as like Iron Robin levels of everyone knows what he's going to do and no one can
You
stop.
see, the weird thing is at the start of the season when people weren't exactly wise to our plans and the whole idea was for Salah to pick up at the halfway line and run straight, he seemed like a different player. As time is going on, it's just like, oh my God, it's fucking Robin. That's all it is these days. Cut in and on the left. I'm absolutely fine with this. Firmino, Coutinho, who rocked the bar with an amazing shot early on. Lovren with a header from an amazing Firmino pass when he was trying to keep it in play after a corner.
That was the most Sunday League goal of the Premier League this weekend.
It was the first diving header I think I've seen in 3 years in the league, to be fair.
Does that count?
And yeah, it was great.
Not as good as Van Persie's at World Cup 2014.
Nothing will ever. That's the greatest.
Obviously,
remember, just talk about diving. No, I'm just talking about diving headers. It just came to my
the
head.
greatest headers of all time.
It's the greatest header of all. No, the Argentinian with the rat tail, Palacio's halfway line header was the greatest header of all time.
Oh, I remember that.
It was in some sort of qualifying game. Anyway,
I like Bernard's when what's your man's
What?
Newcastle Robert whacked him in the face.
Oh yeah, Robert whacked. He completely miscued his clearance. Whacked Bernard on the side of the head, and he went.
Yeah, that's the best header in all of football.
finally, everyone's
Really
still doing
concussing
well.
him, man.
Calvert-Lewin, Rooney, Sigurdsson on the score sheet. Rooney must be on like 10 goals.
He's on. Yeah, he's on. I think he's in double figures now.
And
He's playing well this year. But like, you don't
great.
really like
in a team
he's-
of number
he's-
10s.
He's got a lot of criticism, and we've criticism as well. But
That's because he was
he
shite
does.
for 2
Yeah, but he
years.
does still have quality.
Still got
Like, you
over
don't
10
really
goals.
lose that kind of.
Still got over 10 goals though.
It's fair.
You don't lose that kind of touch, that vision. You
There was-
don't lose
no,
that.
no.
Like,
There was many times where his touch started to look dodgy. Many times where he was like having cracks from outside the box, like not huge
oh
distance.
no, I
from
remember
hitting
that.
the
Yeah,
target.
but
Like
I just think he needed to get him Man United.
Yes,
It just wasn't
I
working.
agree,
But
because
like,
you shouldn't lose it that quick. But it looked like he literally like woke up one day and just was done for 2 years.
I think
I will say though, Swansea are dreadful and they're going
Swansea are
down.
absolutely
Swansea
terrible.
are
There's only
Fans
one-
have
and there's
given
only one man for the job.
Coach Bradley.
Of course, Coach
Because
Bradley.
it was around this time where he got sacked last
It
year.
was.
started
It was
this, I think.
I've had my 1 year Coach Bradley memorial.
You never should have sacked Whelan.
You thought that Swansea would go down. I didn't say they'd go down at the start of the year. I wish I fucking did. They're really bad.
I did say that.
They gave
I told
Crystal
you so.
Palace an 8-game head start, and now they're 5 points behind them. Like,
John?
that says like everything.
Oh, sorry. The Liverpool and Arsenal game is one of the big games coming up in this round of Premier League action starting this week. It's all scuttled around the place because of Sky Sports and their Christmas schedule. Anything else appetizing coming up? Leicester
Chelsea,
United,
Everton.
Chelsea and Everton, Arsenal, Liverpool. Liverpool's in the Emirates. Just
I think
real
Liverpool
quick.
will tear them apart.
Battle.
The battle for
I don't
fourth
think so.
place.
Arsenal have been very good at home.
No, I think you'll tear them apart.
The game of the weekend is
It's
the
another-
battle for top 4. Burnley v Spurs.
Very well. No, we're the battle for top 4. This is the battle for top 4. This is a 6-pointer for top 4. The least favorite expression besides industry in football. Moving on. What kind of quiz do we have, John? And do we require buzzers?
You can get buzzers.
Well, do we require buzzers?
Yeah, sure. So
Get
as
the
we
buzzers
know,
there, Neil.
Getting
the
the
last
buzzers.
player to win the Ballon d'Or before Messi and Ronaldo was Kaká, who announced
2007?
his retirement this
Very
week.
sad, yeah.
Yep.
And he is one of 8 players to win the Ballon d'Or, the World Cup, and the Champions League. I'm
Okay.
going to need you to name the other 7.
Well, I've got no buzzers.
Okay,
so-
well, do you want to just put our hands up or something?
Okay.
Or will I go?
Yeah, go Neil.
Okay. Fabio Cannavaro.
No.
Champions League.
Ronaldinho.
Yes.
Ronaldo.
No.
Senior.
Rivaldo.
Yes.
Figo.
No.
What am I talking about? Sorry, World Cup, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Henri.
No. Never won the Ballon d'Or.
That's pretty mad, isn't it?
It is. He was around for a good time.
Champions League, World Cup, and a Ballon d'Or.
Yep.
And is it the
have
Champions League or the European
Zidane?
Cup?
Yes, Zidane.
Champions League or the European Cup?
Like, it can't
Is
be
it
the
post
European Cup as
90?
well. No, it's before that as well.
Oh, God.
Okay, so it is the old European Cup as well.
Yes. In fact, all the
Okay, I know that
there's
one.
more.
Puskas.
Franz Beckenbauer.
Yes.
That's 3 for me. I need
Marco
one
van
more.
Basten.
No.
There's
Is there another one in the European
World
Cup?
Cup, have they? What
There's
am I-
4 left. 2 are European Cups and 1 is Champions League.
4 left, 2
Oh,
and
no,
1.
wait, hang on, sorry. There's
Come
2
again.
left.
Come again.
There's 2 left, sorry. Both are European Cup.
European Cup.
I forgot someone said Ronaldinho. If not, I've just...
No, I said Ronaldinho.
No, never mind.
Rijkaard.
No.
Maldini.
No.
Nesta. No, I didn't.
Nesta.
Ballon d'Or.
One's an Italian, one's German.
In Italian, it's not Pirlo.
Gerd Muller.
Yes.
And Italian would be Rossi.
Yes.
Well done, Dan. Are we talking about young Rossi from like 8 seasons ago?
No,
No, of course.
different
we're not.
Rossi.
Giuseppe Rossi Ballon d'Or win. Not a lot of people know
Valentino Rossi, the biker.
All right. Well, we do some awards, boys. Do we have a communal spoofer, or do you guys have little side spoofers you want to talk about? Little side spoofers.
I found out that Kurt Zuma is banned from Pogba's house because he beat Pogba in a game of Uno. I don't know if anyone gets an award for that. I just think it's an interesting piece of information.
I think that's a very bad look for Pogba, personally. Like, Uno isn't the most... like, it's not like you bet him in FIFA 8 times in a row or whatever.
Like Uno's relied a lot of luck. You know what I mean?
Do you remember-
Can't really do much about it.
Do
Like,
you remember
no.
Freddie Adu, the next star for American football?
I heard he's 19 next week.
He was. Apparently, there's a story going around that someone delivered something to his house, and he opened the door, and they were playing FIFA. And he was like, "Oh, you're playing FIFA?" He goes, "Yeah, do you want to come in for a game?" And he beat him 3 times, and he was asked to leave.
Poor Freddie Adu.
That's the end of his footballing
Are we just
career.
going to say Griezmann's a spoofer?
Yeah. Like it's
I don't know how
pretty-
much I can say about this.
Did you see he tweeted? He goes, guys, I'm friends with these guys.
I didn't see that.
No, he said he
"I have
tweeted that.
respect for the
And
Harlem
then
Globetrotters."
I'm friends with them. It's all good.
No, he
I'm
didn't say
actually,
that. He didn't say I'm
okay, would you
friends.
listen? Would you listen to me?
Friend.
Right, he said that. And then he goes, relax, guys, it's fine.
Yeah.
Then he deleted that because he got so much backlash. Then he put up an apology after it then.
Yeah, he did.
Apology was
yeah.
like, "Sorry if any of you."
Yeah,
were
sorry who
offended."
was
Yeah.
offended.
No, here's the thing. He did.
It wasn't really in it was but like I don't think he
I
actually
wanted to
I
make-
honestly don't think he meant to be racist. I just think he's a bit ignorant.
Yeah, well,
I
that's-
honestly think that
yeah,
I
sure.
don't like he's
Sure.
like his best friend is like Pogba or something.
Yeah, but here's
But
the
it wasn't
thing.
like
I mean-
it wasn't that it was just blackface. It was a
was-
black
it was-
body.
It was
It
black
At
body.
some point when you're getting your body painted, you have to be like, "Oh no."
Well, now
this
I'm
isn't-
Tony Boner next year for.
Here's the
away.
thing, right? I wanted.
That
I
El
wanted
had
to.
to follow the leads.
It's
The
That's
Joe
sure.
Fun, remember the
Outrageous.
Les Ferdinand one of the kid? Literally put him in fucking shoe polish and
that
sent
was
him into school. It's like,
that was the 90s though. It was fine.
That was a different time. The thing about he didn't say his friends, and the reason I wanted to bring
did.
that. No, he didn't.
Neil, he did. He
didn't.
deleted the
He
tweet.
just goes,
Neil,
"Calm down."
Neil, he
Can-
deleted
can I-
the tweet.
can I
Okay, well,
speak?
you're wrong.
Can I speak?
Oh, we can speak.
He said.
Can I finish?
He said, "Guys, calm
Can I
down.
finish?
It's a tribute to the Globetrotters." Okay.
Yeah.
He never said I have
I'm
black
pretty
friends.
I'm pretty sure.
No, he
said
didn't.
they're
And
my
here's
friends.
why I know this, because I thought it was the very first thing he'd say. I thought because of the idea of being
I
in the
thought
French
I
national
thought the
team.
first thing he said
Whatever.
was
No, he did
that.
not.
Sure, the whole French national team, bar him and Lloris, are black.
And Giroud.
Well, if you have
And-
starting 11,
Oh, okay. I thought we were talking about the squad. or
Calm
people
down,
playing.
guys. I'm a fan of the Harlem Globetrotters and the Good Times.
Am I wrong?
It's a tribute.
Am I wrong? No.
there you go.
Let me finish.
Let me finish.
No.
Now, the thing that really upset me most, right, was when I looked at the Joe.ie comments. And maybe that was a bad thing to do.
Well, like, they're, like
Oh, you don't
so
go
you
on
go
the
on like
internet
you
for
go on the
comment.
liberal right now. I remember your man, the guy who was in Egypt and all that. Like there's some of the most horrendous comments you'll ever get in all these
That's
things on
our show.
Facebook. Like,
But do you know what got me about it? Not one person was like, lads, it is actually really bad. Every single comment I saw in the first hour of the article was just people going, no, fuck off. It's just like, what is wrong with football fans?
It was
I don't think. I think it's just everyone in general.
I think it's
though.
everyone. I think
It's everyone in general. Like,
There wasn't one person
Like,
standing up for the idea that
but
it was
like
wrong.
it's easy to do it over Facebook or the internet to type this shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like if. Like
you usually see a little bit of contrasting opinion. This was like staunch,
depends.
just like
Like I remember actually Joe Diddy.
People were going shame on you, Joe Diddy, shame on you.
Yeah, how dare you put this on us just because you have that viewpoint? And it's like
yes,
and it was like this is terrible journalism. I'm sick of Joe Diddy.
That's exactly.
And it's like
people are very on edge this weekend. Like
it's just I don't know.
They killed their Star Wars. Like it's a very upsetting weekend.
Star Wars is. You can talk about that later.
I don't know if it's anything to do with Star Wars, to be honest.
No, I just mean it. People are very upset on edge this weekend.
As well as Star Wars.
Yeah, it's everything. It's been a tough weekend.
I thought there was many happy people on the internet this weekend, but I stand corrected.
Yeah, it's never happy people on the internet.
All right. Well, at least we're in agreement on that. Hero of the week, Dan.
Don't know really. Kaká for retiring.
Was it this week? Yeah.
He's officially retired, but like he was something else. Like he was like that good. Like he was
03
at
to
least,
07.
at least a couple of times a year I watch that goal he scored at Old Trafford when he heads the ball
where
in
he
between
passed Van der
Ferdinand
Sar and
and
Heinz. Unreal.
And it's just
like he ran the show that game.
They lost that game though.
They lost it 3-2, but I think they won it the way like 3-0 or something. 3-0, yeah. But like they Kaká like was as good as any player we've seen. Like he wasn't Zidane, Ronaldinho, Messi, Ronaldo. He was in that category, but injuries just killed him. Like if he had a long stretch of it, because he was a good egg. He wasn't a bad guy. You know, there's somebody like the Brazilians, they do tear off.
He was the playboy.
Yeah, like you know the Adrianos, the fat Ronaldos, Ronaldinhos,
Robinhos.
They do give up.
He did.
Kaká never gave up. He always seemed like he just wanted to play.
He only had 5 good years. It's so sad.
Like you know, like when he went Real Madrid 2009.
That was it.
It was like he had about a couple of months and it's like injury, in, out. Never did it. Like imagine seeing him properly play
with
like,
Ronaldo properly.
With Ronaldo against Messi and like Marino's team against Pep's team, like say circa 2010. All these guys. Imagine him against Iniesta in midfield. It'd be unreal.
Up until that time, from my perspective, and I could be wrong, but up until that time, obviously the money was a huge part of it, feeling big. But I couldn't remember a dual signing the likes of what in theory Ronaldo and Kaká were that year. I was like,
they got Alonso for nothing as well.
It's amazing.
Well, the Barcelona when the Port stepped down, they got Villa, but they tried to get Cesc as well. They had to wait another year to get Cesc.
Yeah,
but they were trying to get those two. Like that would have been not even as big, but there were 2 World Cup winners coming in.
Can I just add someone to Spoofer since we missed it last week? Benteke taking that penalty.
Yeah,
I was going to mention when you talked about his goal this week because I was kind of like, I couldn't believe how much he celebrated. He should have hung his head in shame.
That penalty though was like, what the hell? That's one thing now I would blame Hodgson for. That was like, how can Hodgson not get that on or? How can Hodgson's instruction not get on the pitch?
I think
you were not to take that penalty.
It happens a lot. Like Danny Murphy told the story. El Hadj Diouf tried to do it, and then I remember Balotelli did Henderson as well. That's just the 2 stuff I know.
Because Balotelli, you know, you're going to get that from Balotelli. He's a nutter.
The point is,
he's Benteke, obviously.
Yeah, but the point is, Dan, he literally went into business for himself. There's nothing Hodgson can do. Hodgson can't run on and smack
Mihajlovic, or I think he was the captain. Kabay is another experienced player. Scott Dan was on the pitch.
The entire team went up to him, Dan.
The 3 of them should have literally wrestled the ball off him and literally pushed him, of course they should have.
Okay,
of course they should have. They should have got him and literally wrestled him.
They're not
out of the goal.
A public fucking bally.
Well, if Milivojevic had scored, they would have calmed down the dressing room. Would have been fine. And at the end of the day, he was lucky he scored this weekend because he made things so much worse for himself. Such a shit penalty.
Well, he's lucky he started this weekend. I wouldn't blame Hodgson for him going into business for himself. Sometimes players just can convince people it's their time to take a penalty.
But like again, like the whole thing is, when should you let a player take one? Like I think the big thing that was people go, maybe if you're 3 or 4-0 up or something. Do you remember end of 2009-10 season? Chelsea played Wigan. They beat them 8-0.
Yeah,
and it was 2-0, and they won a penalty. And Drogba was going 1-on-1 with Rooney for the Golden Boot.
Yeah,
and Lampard had the ball, and Drogba comes up, I want to take it. Lampard said, get the hell out of here. I'm penalty taker. 3-0, game over. Get another penalty, you can take it. And Drogba ended up scoring a hat-trick, got another penalty, and scored it. I think he scored a 7th or 8th or something from the penalty spot. That's the only circumstance. If there's Messi gave 1 or 2 to Ibrahimovic. Remember, he gave 1 to Ibra because he hadn't scored in a while. I can understand why players might give away a penalty, but if you're the penalty taker going into a match, you're the penalty taker.
You'd already scored one.
Exactly,
You
but
know,
if you're the
scored
corner kick
I'm
taker,
not asking who
you
shouldn't
don't-
have. I'm not asking if he shouldn't have taken it. There's no doubt. But I think Benteke just was literally like...
there's a lack. That's a complete lack of discipline, though.
It is. But also, maybe Benteke's really good at taking them in training. And he was like, oh, go on.
Well,
go on.
According to though, I've heard. I can't remember who was saying it. Who did play for Palace? And he said Milivojevic from every training session, he just doesn't miss.
Yeah.
He'd taken
Like,
one earlier in the game.
He scored one
I know,
top
yeah, that's
corner
what
in
I'm
the
saying,
game.
you know,
Top
he's-
corner. I don't know.
Do
Weird.
you have a hero of the week?
Arnautovic, the absolute balls in that guy to
Yeah.
go back to his old club, miss
After 6 months.
some horrendous chances, getting laughed at by the crowd, then hit the post, keep going, score, and go absolutely mad. Like the sort of celebration you expect
I
from
didn't
Dirk
know
Cow
there
when he
was a
scored a
big,
tap in, like absolutely mad, like he's won the World Cup, and then to walk past Mark Hughes, the most mental lad to be manager since naked Tony Pulis. And just look him in the eye while he calls you a fucker. Like, I don't really like Arnautovic, but that was just...
It was a moment.
But I
such
didn't know there was a big
one of the-
fallout from him leaving Stoke. Like I thought it was just like, you know, he's just moving on. He's getting a bit more
No,
money
you
and like,
were saying to me, oh, he's such a head case, Stoke wanted him gone. There was something a lot deeper there.
But yeah, but it didn't appear to be anything. Do you know what I mean? It just seemed that there was
Mhm.
like, you know,
All right, do we have goals of the week? Goals of the week.
I thought Suarez the second against
That was a
Deportivo
very nice goal.
when Depor had the attack Barcelona's box.
Yeah.
Iniesta won it, did kind of a Cruyff turn, then kind of a Marseille roulette, 1-2 with Messi. Pellegrini picked it up back to Messi, dribbles past 2, 1-2 with Iniesta, sprays the ball out, and then during the counter attack, and just one more touch into Suarez. It was unreal.
It was amazing.
Like,
There was
it
also
took-
Messi running to the byline, passing Suarez. Keeper parried it, and then Suarez tried to go for a Rabona.
That was a clear goal, by the way.
Yeah.
Unreal. I couldn't believe. Like, it was in real life times. Like, that's a goal.
I couldn't
Like, they
believe it.
need to get a.
Do you think he would have scored it if he didn't go for the Rabona?
Well, like,
Or
regardless,
was
he
he
did
angled?
score.
Was he
like-
angled? Well, eventually he did, but I'm just saying.
No, but he did
was
score.
taking
Like,
the piss?
it did go in.
No. The Rabona was there was the Rabona that was saved.
Yeah, no, but it was over the line.
Oh, sorry.
So he
Yeah, do you
did
think that was over the line? Yeah.
It was miles over the line.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, that's not from real time. I was like, that's a goal.
I
Keeper
did
was
also
so
think
far
so.
in the
I
net.
did also think so in real time.
But no, it was way over that. But like,
Okay,
luckily it didn't
okay.
affect anything. But can you imagine, like, it did, like, you know,
Yeah.
like the Madrid Barca thing, like, there's decisions, like, such fine things, like, they need to the refereeing and stuff. That's dodgy over there. I don't know what's going on.
Decore's thunder bastard against Huddersfield.
Can never not
My
love a
main
thunder
man.
bastard. Okay,
It's
right.
still 1-0 in those Carling Cup games.
Thank you, Dan. We'll move on to the ITK League before we finish up here. Danny Kilmartin.
He
in
was
19th.
first in September.
This is correct. Tommy in 18th. Reg Harrison in 17th. Stephen Lane. Noel Keeley and Shane Lahard in 14th. Ronan O'Reilly in 13th. David Gogan in 12th.
He's new, isn't he?
Dave Nolte. Oh, here we go. Oh no, the tightness hasn't happened yet. Dave Nolte in 11. Now here comes the tightness. Stephen Vincent in 10th on 886. I'm 9th on 888. Rob Normal is on 899. John has pulled away to 903. James Byrne on 904. Ryan O'Doherty on 908. Dan also on 908. So it's all pretty tight there within a 30-point radius. Regis Kerr has 920. Tom Eastaway, he's new, isn't he? Has 927. And Adam Joyce is just
I worked it out.
over 100
I had a
more.
quick look at the
1055.
I had a look at the table today, and I tried to work out what Joyce is averaging. He's averaging 60 points a game week. Like, it's
back to Abu Dhabi. I know, not the mic.
Well, then stop talking.
No.
Do you know what his secret is, by the way? What can we learn from him?
I thought it
besides
was funny
looking
when
at his
you
team?
go, I'm doing my wild card and I'm going to have the exact same team as Joyce. It's like,
I did-
fucking hell, man. Like,
I
I want to put Pascal Gross in my team.
I
Like,
didn't.
You did.
I didn't have the exact
You
same
had
team.
Murray, Gross, Otamendi. You had like literally half the team he had for like about 2 weeks.
Well, I
and he
always
changed
had
it.
Otamendi. I think maybe Murray and
Gross
lasted only 2 weeks. But I was right to take him out. Okay, right. Thanks for listening to the ITK Soccer Show. I don't know what we're going to do about a Christmas time show, a maritime show at sea during Christmas. But
We could do on Stephen's Day, 4 o'clock in the morning doing jerseys.
I would.
How bad would that
Can
be?
you make it out for Stevens' Day? Like, are you going to get to go to Dan's this year? Because the quiz. Okay. I would really like if we did this. We might be with you on the 27th. Until then, enjoy all the festive football. You can get us at the ITK Soccer Show on Twitter, facebook.com/ITK Soccer Show, or you can catch us on YouTube if you type in ITK Soccer Show. Go to the profile and you will see where the archives are, where you can go back and listen to older shows. If you do enjoy the show, please do pass on that information where you can find us to other people. We do provide the show for free. We try and do it once a week, and the more the merrier when it comes to listeners. We will be back hopefully the day after Stevens' Day, and until then, have a very Merry Christmas.